Coghlan's brand tent mesh repair kit, part number 2350. Step-by-step instructions coming up right now. Let's start by opening up the package and explore what it is exactly we're getting with this kit. Just a very simple envelope. Multiple patches. Let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 patches, and these are peel and stick. Ultra fine mesh, and they are quite large. Let's see if we have its dimensions here. 3" by 3.5". Very nice. So as we can see, the sticky part is only on the perimeter, and you can see that there is a sticky right down the middle. The light catches it the right way, you can kind of see it. So the center section has no stickiness to it, and this is quite large. Great, you can always cut this to size. And I'm seeing something right off the bat that I want to point out, and that is the corner of the mesh is actually rounded, and that's very, very important. If I have to cut this, or if you have to cut this, should you be using this repair, you want to have a rounded corner. If you have a sharp corner like this piece of paper, it's easy for that to peel up, and then the mesh will come apart. So once we've decided what dimensions we're gonna use, or I'm gonna use today on my repair, then we're gonna decide if we're gonna cut it and what size and how we're gonna approach that. So very simple. I got 4 patches, nothing else in the kit. Let's see here. Nope, that's it. Last season I went out on a solo backcountry canoe trip, and I got caught in some really bad weather, but I did catch tons of walleye, and unfortunately I had a mishap on my campsite and I punctured the screen mesh of my tent. So let's get set up and move on to the next step, which is to get the tent prepped so we can do the repair. Using a ironing board as a platform to work on will work out great. However, I did get a cutting board that I will insert inside the tent underneath the mesh in order to have a good base, a good solid base to work with. And the next step of the process is to size it up. Now the damage to the tent is greater than I remember it to be. So we're going to see how well I'm going to do with this. Hopefully the one patch is large enough. Now the first thing that I'm noticing is the amount of loose thread, and I'm going to want to cut the excess off. There's no point in having that mixed in with the stickies, and I'm going to remove that. I want to make it as clean as I can so that things are working well right out of the gate. Now I have a definite hole, and possibly what I will be doing is putting 2 patches, one underneath and one on top, and sandwich the 2. First thing I want to do, I want to get things as cleaned up as I can. It's a little bit shy, so let's go on a diagonal. On a diagonal, I'd be able to cover the whole thing. If I use it from the underside as a reference point, and then if I pull him out a little bit, and we will be having just enough coverage out of this patch. I'm going to orientate myself to the top a little bit more. Just like so. So the next step of the process is convincing Mr. Riley to give up one of his balls. I'm going to give that a roll, give it some pressure around the perimeter. Now I want to be doubly sure that my repair is going to be sufficient. And the problem that I'm having with this repair is its location. It's right where his zipper is. Every time I zip up, it's going to pull that tent together as the zip goes in. And that pulling motion, hopefully over time, is not going to tear my repair patch off. And I'm going to put a second patch from the inside, and I'm going to sandwich it all together. Let's do that next. Alright, if you remember, there's a line of stickiness right down the middle. I'm going to align those sticky parts together. I'm going to sneak that corner right underneath the stitch. I think that'll be a better idea. The stitch of the zipper. Let's break out Mr. Riley's ball again. Ready for the next adventure.